thank you all for joining me today. And today we're just going to have an easy roast chicken. That's what we're having for supper. And so I'm going to show you one of our favorite side dishes to make as what we're going to make to go with it. And it's going to be a corn succotash. It's so good. It's got corn and peppers and tomatoes and zucchini. Lots of good stuff in there. It's really good. Hi, Lisa. Scooch over. Let's turn that one off. All right, I hope you all are having a wonderful day. It's really pretty stormy. It's a hot day out there today. And I hope y'all are enjoying this last bit of summer here. So, no bologna, but you could throw some in. Let's see. Okay.
Is it good with a bologna sandwich?
Or you could have it with a bologna sandwich. Alright, so let's go over what you're going to need real quick. Give people a few minutes to get on. You're just going to need some corn. Hi, Dawn. I hope you're having a good day, too. This is just some corn here, and I've just cut it off the cob. This is from our garden. We already had it in the freezer. Hi, Linda. And so we already had that, and I cut it off just because it takes a bit of time. I have some sweet pepper here. You like the apron? Thanks. Yes, Lynn got that for me. And so I love it. It's so cute. I love the peaches. Really pretty. Thank you. So this is just some sweet pepper. I already have this chopped because whenever we have extras of stuff, like when we get a bunch of peppers from our Misfits box, we go ahead and chop it up and put it in the freezer if we're not going to use it. And that way it doesn't ruin. And then on today's, like today, all I have to do is pull it out and throw it in the dish. So it's a great tip if you have a lot of extra veggies from the garden or something like that you're not going to use right away. Hi, Murray. You're also going to need a poblano pepper. Oh yeah, I'm so excited you could watch live for the first time. So glad you're here. And so a poblano pepper and a zucchini. And then some green tomatoes in here. So you can just use one large, or I have like 2 little ones here because ours are smaller. So alright, let's go ahead and go over to the stove and get started. Okay, so I've got let me fix the camera here. There we go. So I've got a cast iron pan here. Just gonna turn it on medium here, so. And I'm gonna put a little bit of avocado oil on the bottom. Hi, Jeanette. Just a little. And then we're gonna throw in the corn. There we go. And we're just gonna let that get going, let that saute and get heated, a little bit of char on there. So that'll take a few minutes just because there's more of it. And let's get over here and start chopping our veggies. So let's go back over here. Okay, now, so these are already chopped up for me, but I'm gonna run my knife through just a little bit more to make a little bit smaller chunks. The corn looks so good. It's fresh from the garden. It's delicious. Well, it's fresh that we froze, but after you freeze the corn, it still tastes like it's fresh out of the garden if you do it in like a food saver bag. So still tastes really good, but you could also just use frozen corn. If you can't get fresh corn, I would use frozen. It's the next best. So there we go. So I'm just going to run my knife through those. And I'm going to throw those in next because they're frozen, so they'll take the longest. Okay, let's put those in. Alright, there we go. Stir that up. Now, let's move on to, let's do our zucchini next. So I'm just going to throw in a zucchini, cut the ends off, And I'm just going to cut it in kind of like a small chunks here. And just one like medium zucchini. Or you could do a couple of small ones, but this one got a little bit big. So I'm just going to do one here. And you can change up what you put in here, but this is my favorite combination of things in this corn succotash. It's so good, and it's such a great way to use up all the fresh veggies that are coming in from the garden. We have gray tomatoes fresh, and zucchini, and our peppers, the poblano peppers, and all those things. And so it's a great way to use them, and it's really easy and delicious. And it's a great side dish to go with anything else you might want to have. But you can also, you can put it in like a red pepper or any kind of sweet pepper and stuff it, and it'll be more like an entree by itself, like a main dish, if you want to do that. So that is wonderful as well. Alright, these are a little bit smaller, some of them. Alright, so now we're going to add that. You love zucchini. I do too. I love zucchini, and it really takes on the flavor of whatever else we're putting in here. So it's really good. And you just throw this all in one skillet. It's really easy. So delicious. So I'll just let that keep cooking here. We'll work on the rest of this stuff. So here is our poblano pepper. This is my favorite pepper to put in here, but you can do any kind you want. We already put the sweet pepper, of course, but you can do any kind of hot pepper you want. Poblanos aren't really hot. They just add kind of a nice smoky kick to it. So it just barely adds just a little kick into your dish. And so I love the flavor of poblanos. They have such a great flavor. So that's what I'm going to do. But you can do, if you want it to be hot, you can do like a serrano or a jalapeno or anything like that. Or if you don't want it to be hot and you don't like spice, you could just leave this out. It's totally fine. So I'm just going to slice it into thin strips and then dice it up. And I'm just going to remove the seeds and the white parts, of course. But again, other hot peppers or other peppers would be delicious and add a great flavor to this. So just get creative and use what pepper you have or whatever your favorite is. So let me know. I would love to hear what y'all are having for supper. If you would like to let me know what you're having today. Give everybody some ideas. Alright. Just give them a small dice here. There we go. And now we're going to throw that in. It is really yummy, right? It's so good. Great flavor. It's a wonderful side dish for summer. And just keep stirring it here. Oh yes, it's so good. Alright. And now we're going to add in our green tomatoes. And again, I have two smaller ones from the garden, but if you have bigger ones, you can just do like one big one. That'll work great. And you can do a red tomato if you want, if that's all you have and you want to add a little bit of color. I have done it that way, but I prefer my green tomatoes, so I'm going to stick with that. It's making you hungry. Oh, it's really good. You should give it a try. Y'all should definitely try this out if you love fresh vegetables and corn. This is so good. And I'm just going to cut this into chunks as well. Not too big. You made cheeseburgers. Oh, that sounds good, Marie. Oh, you want to come and raid the garden, Linda? We are starting to get some really good stuff out of the garden. We're getting zucchini and squash right now, a little bit. They're just starting to come in. We are getting some tomatoes, like pear tomatoes and stuff. And so, yeah, cucumbers, lots of good stuff. All right, and now I'm going to throw that in. That's the last thing in there. Last veggie to go in. Alright. And I'm just going to give this a stir here. Just make sure everything is mixed and cooking evenly. Oh yes, this is smelling amazing. It smells so good. Alright. Alright. It's looking good. And now we just kind of have to let it cook until everything gets tender. Fresh veggies really make it so good and make the dish a lot more flavorful and delicious. Alright, now I'm going to add some salt and pepper now. So sprinkle that in there just to taste, really. Colorful with that yellow and the orange and the green. Really good. Okay. Now, I'm going to go ahead and grab some Parmesan cheese and I'm going to grate a little bit of that up just for the topping. At the end. Alright. So I just have some Parmesan here, and you could switch up the cheese, but Parmesan is my favorite. My next favorite for this dish would be like Asiago would be good here. And I'm just going to grate some of that up to be put in at the end and on the top. Just adds a nice little bit of salty nuttiness, a great little flavor there. Cheese makes everything better. Yeah, cheese makes everything so much better. Any kind of cheese added to something just makes it so good. We love cheese. Alright, a little bit more. That looks about right. Put that out of the way here. Okay, now let's go over here and we're just going to wait. Really, the only thing that we're waiting on is just for the vegetables to cook. The corn obviously won't take very long, so we're really just waiting for the other things to get cooked and tender. And it doesn't take too long. It's a pretty fast process. What's my favorite cheese to cook with? Well, that really, that's a hard question, but it depends on what you're cooking. We use a lot of like a sharp cheddar and Parmesan are two of our favorites. What is y'all's favorite cheese? If you want to tell me below. But those are our two that we use most often, I would say. Alright, this looks so good. It smells amazing. It's starting to get tender. The vegetables are starting to cook a little bit. And then we'll add in our Parmesan cheese here in just a minute. And again, you can kind of mix it up and throw in what you want here. But this is my favorite combination that I found. We made this over and over again. It's a family favorite. It's so good. And it goes well with so many different main dishes. I know, you're not crazy about cheese, Mary, but we love it. Oh yeah, Parmesan blue cheese are your favorite, Mom. Oh yeah, I love Parmesan blue cheese. It's so good on so many like salads and like bowls that we make and pizzas. That is another one of our favorites. When am I making goat cheese? I was just getting ready to say, actually, goat cheese is another one of our favorites, and I actually have made my first batch, and I'm getting ready to make another batch, so maybe y'all can try some of it soon. It's really good. Goat cheese is so good and creamy, nice like tang and salt to it, and it's so good on so many things as toppings and stuff, so it's really delicious. Alright, this is almost there, so just a few more minutes and we'll be ready to throw in our Parmesan cheese, and then we're going to finish it off with just a little bit of butter at the very end, and it is so good. You like Parm and blue cheese too, Chess? Yeah, those are, I wasn't thinking about blue cheese at the moment. We put blue cheese on so many things. So good. It's one of our favorites. Alright, this is getting there. So, we're almost ready. It smells so good. I can't wait to eat it because it's smelling the house up. It smells amazing. And y'all, please, if you would, please share the video so other people can see it. I would appreciate that so much. And be sure and check out the blog too. For all kinds of written recipe posts and all of that kind of stuff. There's different things on there as well. Yeah, fresh goat cheese it's really good. Really good. Have to let you try some of it when we make more. Or when I make more. Alright. It really isn't hard to make either, so it's a really easy cheese to make. Yeah, it was exciting, Marie. I got to make fresh goat cheese from our fresh goat's milk, and it was so good and creamy. We loved it. We ate it all up pretty fast. Oh yeah, I wish y'all could smell it because it smells so good in here. But if you make it, you will know it smells so good. Alright, it's almost ready, so I'm going to go ahead and add in the Parmesan cheese now. So I'm just going to add in a handful or so, just a little bit, and then we're going to top it off with a little bit more. It doesn't need too much. Oh yeah, you liked it, Lisa? Glad you liked it. Okay. And so that'll just get melty. Just give that just a minute. Doesn't need very long. It'll get kind of melty. I'm going to turn that down a bit here. Alright, look at that. Let's see if you can get a better view of it for just a second. So colorful. Uh-oh. There we go. Okay. There we go. Now. Alright. That's pretty pretty much done, but we're going to finish it with just a little bit of butter. So I'm going to grab this spoon here, and I'm just going to grab a little bit of butter, just a little bit, and finish it. Love all cheese. Feta is a favorite. Okay, feta's good. Feta's good. I prefer blue, but feta can be really good on stuff too. Alright, so now we're just going to mix that in just until the butter is melted. Oh, drop my towel. Okay. Alright, and that's it. It's done. It was that quick. You just watched me make it here in real time. The only thing I did ahead of time was just cut off the corn, and if you're using like frozen corn or something, then it'll be super fast. Nana's starving. She's hungry. Well, it's ready, so we'll be ready to eat. Some real butter. Oh yeah, and real grass-fed butter tastes amazing. It's really good. Alright, so there's the finished. And let's go over here and plate it up and try some of it. Turn that off. Pull it off the heat here. Alright, now I'm going to get me some in a bowl. And like I said, this is a really great side dish. We're going to serve it with some we're just having simple roast chicken today, which is simple and delicious and easy. But this would be good with many different dishes. The colors of the dish is so pretty. Yes, it's beautiful. I love colorful food. So then I just sprinkled it with a little bit more Parmesan, just as a nice garnish, and it adds great flavor again. Alright, let's get a bite of this. Try to get a little bit of everything here. Oh, this is really hot. Hi, Connie. This is super hot. Just came out the skillet, so give it just a minute. But again, I thank you all so much for watching, and please, thank you all. And if you would share. So good. The sweetness from the corn, the nuttiness from the parm, the zucchini is wonderful in there, the green tomato, everything in it is so good. It's really, really good. So I hope you all have had a good week. It's been a good week here. We've been busy with canning pickles and tomato sauce and like canned diced tomatoes and all of that stuff, because all that stuff is coming in, so we're canning it and getting ready to have it for winter. Oh yeah, well maybe I'll make some and you can try it sometime. If you have any, as always, if you have any suggestions of stuff you want to see me make, just let me know. Comment here or message me, and I will try to get to them just as soon as I can. So I would love to hear your suggestions. Yeah, if you try a recipe, if you try this recipe or any of them, post a picture, let me know if you like it. We'd love to see if y'all make these recipes. Would love to hear from you, so post a picture on the page and let me know. Alright, y'all. I hope y'all are having a good day. We'll see you later.